cooking style when I was on MasterChef, it was very focused on desserts. Ever since then, I've expanded my knowledge more and spent all these years honing my skills. What's driving me to come back is to prove how much I've grown. I'm running multiple businesses with my family, being nominated as the finalist pastry chef in Australia, but MasterChef trophy is yet to be mine.
For me to be back on MasterChef, it feels pretty incredible because MasterChef has been the foundation of my career, and I feel like we've got to make an impression.
To get the immunity pin will be great. I mean, that's a gel card, like gel-free card.
The dish I'm coming up with in my mind, I love working with challenging colors. For example, just plain white. The dish I'm making is called White Noise.
Everything is revolved around white.
I've got to produce a dish that can win me the competition. And for a finale dish, it has to be a dessert.
I'm doing a Korean dish, hemultang, meaning seafood broth, or seafood hot pot. I'm doing the broth and I'm doing seafood dumplings as well.
I'm looking around the room and there are some amazing dishes getting formed up. And I've got Dessert King Reynold next to me.
Using this one?
No, you can.
I have been out of the food industry for a little while now, so I do feel nervous.
Yeah, you can take that one too if you want.
Oh no, that's okay, you can use that one.
Thank you.
He just makes it look so flawless and meticulous. But I just need to focus on my dish and not what's going on around me.
Hi, Reynold.
Hi, Melissa, how are you?
Good, thank you. Now we can see that you really, really want this. There's a lot
Pretty
of
damn
focus.
stressed. I'm very, very stressed,
Okay,
actually.
how will you transform your stress into gold?
So I'm doing a dish called white. Everything is revolved around white. Flavors are like jasmine, coconut, got strawberry gum and strawberry.
Fantastic. So real purity of flavour, aesthetically.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
paint a picture for me?
So you got a coconut, frozen ganache, a white chocolate crumble, and we've got strawberry pebbles. So inside is a strawberry liquid, kind of like a hidden surprise, covered in a white chocolate. So everything seems all white until you break it open.
Okay, well, just like you, there's a lot bubbling beneath the surface. Really, really looking forward to this dish.
Thank you.
This dish is quite technical. I've got 7 components to make, and they take time to cook, they take time to set, and especially to cool down. I'm just making sure I'm focused. I've got my gelato churning away. I want this frozen coconut ganache to be a shape of a cylinder with a small in the freezer. I love Korean dishes like this. It's got a concept, it's got a theme and a story. But time in the MasterChef kitchen, when you're under pressure, it goes so fast. Today I'm cooking a dish called White Noise. And now it's for the fun part. I have to use liquid nitrogen to make the strawberry pebbles. I want everything on the plate to look white. But inside the pebbles, it will be red.
I just want to watch.
It's all very bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, isn't it?
I've got the consommé gel. And when I drop that in, liquid nitrogen, it creates a natural form of a pebble.
What's happening, Reynold?
Making strawberry pebbles.
Strawberry pebbles. This is probably a pretty important time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you want us to go away, or are you good?
Nah, it's pretty alright.
Mate, you look like you're working like a demon over there.
It's been pretty... Got how it feels like. Just gotta put on the plate.
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
I just feel a bit nervous because I've got a lot of pressure on my shoulders. For me to come back into the competition, I've got a reputation to maintain. I have multiple businesses running with my brothers. There's only one immunity pin up for grabs for this whole entire season, and I really want it. I just need this dessert to be perfect.
Reynold, tell us your dish.
It's a dish that's revolved around the color white, jasmine gelato, coconut frozen ganache, white chocolate crumble, strawberry gum jelly, yogurt gel, and little white pebbles with strawberry consommé gel.
It is so elegant to the eye. It's so technical. It's almost like being in a science lab. It looks breathtaking. It makes you want to dive into the bowl. It's very rare we see a dessert looking so beautiful so early on in this competition.
Thank you.
Is there a particular element that you would invite us to break first?
Go for the little white pebbles.
Okay. That's absolutely gorgeous. It's almost a shame to ruin it.
Wow. It does taste as good as it looks. In fact, it tastes actually better, which is very hard for dessert when so pleasing to the eye. I have to pinch myself, Reynold, because we're at the beginning of this competition. Congrats, my man.
Thank you.
All of those flavors, white chocolate, strawberries, and coconut, complement each other beautifully. Your technique throughout all the components is perfection. Well done, mate.
Thank you. Thanks, chef.
Phenomenal dishes. But there was 2 dishes that stood out above the other 2. Reynold and Danny. I gotta say, we'll remember both your dishes for a very long time. And the discussion that happened in the last 10 minutes was ferocious. It was very hard to slide a piece of paper between you two, honestly. But really, in the end, only one of you can get the pin. And today is going to the dish that we like to eat again and 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 again. The winner of the only immunity pin in the competition, Danny. Reynold, you have got nothing to worry about. Oh my God. Amazing flavors. I have not seen perfection like that in a dessert for a long time, technically. Well done, mate. Really phenomenal.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Mystery box is all about going outside your comfort zone. There's 2 little voices in my head. Do desserts, you can do dessert.
Look, I'm not gonna do a dessert today. I'm gonna try something savory. So I'm gonna use the whiting, a few spices, shallot, galangal, and the chicken feet as well.
I wanted to make this fish really shine. In my season, I was in this little comfort zone. Dessert is my thing. And I just got stuck in that corner. But as years go on, you change, you evolve, and I just wanted to learn new things, and savory is one of them.
Reynold.
Yo.
What are we doing?
What's that here?
That's caramelized honey.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get that nice and dark. Shallot oil, and I've got some bones here smoking with some spice.
So the finished dish, what's it gonna be?
Whiting, I'm gonna put that over the hibachi.
Yep.
I've got some chicken feet in there to kind of thicken up with the sauce, and also I'm thinking to put in some brown butter emulsion.
I feel like you're trying to get that monkey off your back and be the dessert guy, eh? Like, this is your time to shine.
Every team challenge, I'm stuck with it.
It's important for me to do these savory dishes.
I've got faith, mate.
Thank
That
you.
sounds good.
This is a competition. I need to be versatile. And I really hope I don't screw up.
So I'm going to do a honey and black vinegar parfait with a coriander cream. I've got immunity once before, and I'd love to have another crack at Reynold, all those guys, are they all doing desserts? Because if they are, then I'll just head out the door now.
Yes, dessert is my strength, but at the same time, I wanna stand out because today, if we're not gonna be in the top 5, we're actually gonna go to elimination. Whoa. So today I'll be making whiting, cooked over hibachi with a brown butter emulsion and a 5-spice honey sauce. Hopefully with my fish, I can stand out with the flavors and the textures as well. And I wanna make sure I cook that fish perfectly.
Hey, Reynold.
Hey, Melissa.
What are you making?
Okay, so I've got my brown butter here happening. I'm going to make a brown butter emulsion with some egg yolks. And this one here is just the sauce, basically.
I can see fish bones. I can see feet, chicken feet.
Chicken
and
feet.
these are using all the 5 spices?
Yeah, so what I've done with this 5 spice, I've toasted it in the wok, make it smoky, and smoked the bones of the fish.
Amazing.
Pop that in together with the honey that was caramelizing. An experiment, basically.
I love an experiment. So this is the challenge to experiment.
Pretty much.
Every time you experiment, you're gonna have 99 different failures and you're gonna have that one right. But hopefully today I can produce a great savory dish. Nice. There's not much time left. I gotta get the sauce finished.
It's nice and thick, it's glossy as well. I think I got a little bit of that chicken flavor out.
Still need to cook my fish. I've gotta make sure that is cooked perfectly. To get to the top 5 is so important. I really want to do an immunity cook. I want to push myself further and further into this competition. I guess for me, it's just a clear path.
1 minute to go! Yes!
I'll put a little dollop of the smoked butter emulsion. I have the sauce ready on the side. I've got this fish beautifully cooked and these little greens as garnish. I just want to make sure when I eat it, it's just the one word, flavoursome.
It's always an exciting day when we have a savoury Reynold. What have we got?
That is a whiting with a smoked butter emulsion, lunch spring onions, and sauce made from 5 spice and caramelized honey.
Yum.
God, I can smell it from there.
It just looks like a Reynold dish, doesn't it?
At first, I felt like this dressing was a little on the bitter side.
Yeah.
But when you combine it with that nutty, buttery kind of flavour and texture, the smoked bones, and then that perfectly cooked piece of whiting and the sweetness of the spring onions or the shallots, I mean, super refined. I could imagine being at any temple of gastronomy anywhere in the world. Could be in Paris at the most gorgeous, restaurant I could conceive of and being served something like this. This is a dish to dress up for.
You've nailed it. At the beginning there, I thought, hang on a second, bit too much on the smoke, but actually not. It's the butter, and it's playing through the richness of this sauce, and then a crunch of the spring onion. Great cooking, Reynold. I think, I love your dessert dishes, but I really love your savoury dishes, mate. Crack 'em on.
To get that mystery box and produce that, don't even worry about cooking sweets anymore. It's super cooking. Well done, Reynold.
Thanks, guys.
Well done.
Two boys are going to be tasting my curry.
I'm so happy with that. I'm glad you're happy.
I'm so happy with that.
You're happy.
You happy?
I'm already worried about it being a taste testing, and now there's a curry sitting in front of me. Curry's just, it's not my strength.
You will each taste the dish in front of you, and you'll have 5 minutes to write down your answers. Each dish contains exactly 24 ingredients, and you can only write down 24 guesses. There is some good news. You're all going to cook in round 2, but you won't all have the same amount of time. The one of you who gets the most ingredients correct will have the highest amount of time.
Go Reynold!
Looking at the dish that Andy's made, I grab the protein and I taste it. Initially, I'm thinking it's chicken, but something doesn't feel right. So I try to get all the sauces out and break the protein up a little bit, and I realize it's fish.
I don't know what fish this is.
White fish is so hard to get flavors distinctively, but I'm kind of thinking it's kingfish.
Ben and Reynold, these are the ingredients that I use to make my blue eye curry.
It's not chicken. Great. I wrote chicken. It's bloody fish. This challenge has been an absolute disaster.
So, 24 ingredients in each pantry. How many did each of you correctly identify? I can see the brains turning over, the sums are trying to get done. Reynold, how many do you think you got?
Probably 10.
14. And Ben, what about you?
Oh, if I made 10, I'd be happy.
You ain't gonna be happy. I got one question for you. Sweet or savoury?
Savory, of course.
Savoury.
Yeah.
Today I'll be cooking a red curry with confit blue eye and red onions.
You've cooked this before?
No.
Oh, of course he has it.
That's how you hold a fish, Reynold. Come on, Ren.
I've definitely got some stiff competition. It is pretty surreal to see that everyone is here back to win, but it's also
Exciting to be competing at such a high level.
I've got my confit blue eye in the oil. The curry is tasting quite good, but it's not there yet, and balance of flavors is paramount.
That smells so good, Reynold.
I don't want it to be too sweet, because later on I'm gonna have red onions, and that's quite sweet as well.
Come on, finish it off now.
I'm just trying to plate up and trying to make this dish beautiful. Putting on the flakes of fish that's been perfectly cooked on the plate, and then on top I start putting on the sweet soy caramelized red onion petals. Onion petals are really sweet, and in the back of my mind, I'm kind of thinking this might end up being a little bit too sweet. I'm really hoping the curry can compensate that, or the fish as well.
Here he is.
Walk into the tasting room. I'm really happy with that curry sauce and the way the fish is cooked. Hopefully, I've done enough to get that immunity.
Reynold, what's the dish, mate?
It is a confit blue eye with charred onions that's been marinated with some ketchup mayonnaise, garnished with some kaffir lime leaf and red curry.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reynold. It looks intense.
It does, doesn't it?
It's almost fluorescent, that slick of oil over the red curry sauce.
Gee, that looks good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfectly cooked fish again. Depth of flavour in the sauce. If anything, I would say the sauce itself, in combination with the onions, was a bit sweet.
Today, I actually came in thinking in my head, I haven't done dessert in a while. I feel like I want to bring out some really awesome dessert in this kitchen.
Oh, Big Reynolds going sweet, I reckon.
Melissa ate cake. In her pantry, that's a staple of a great dessert. Perfect.
What sweet treats are you making?
Do a simple dessert.
Oh, just a simple one, hey?
Very simple.
Always, just so straightforward.
You come to Koi, you eat cake for breakfast, you have coffee, done. You start the day right.
So smooth, Reynold. If desserts don't work out, you can be a plasterer.
Once I've coated the meringue with the beautiful vanilla ash, I pop it into the oven at a very low temperature. I'm looking at my lemon jam. It's caramelized, got this beautiful texture. I've done a ice cream mix where I've steeped the coffee beans in the milk. It's got a beautiful balance of vanilla and coffee. So I get my ice cream to the churner. The next thing I need to do is the whipped chocolate ganache, which is a dark chocolate. I was told by a chef that you won't be able to do a beautiful whipped ganache within 2 hours. I kind of want to challenge that. I soak gelatin in water, pop it in the fridge, melt my chocolate and cream in the pot, and then blend in some cold cream.
It has this beautiful velvety texture without any eggs. So basically, it's like an eggless mousse.
It needs to set. because if I try to whip it and it's not set, it's just gonna split, and that's just gonna ruin my whole dish.
Usually with the whipped ganache, it's best to set overnight. It takes a long time, so the gelatin structure
Is definitely gonna be super ambitious, but I love the challenge. I just love this adrenaline.
Reynolds.
Hello.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got my whipped ganache because I was pretty surprised it's set in time.
Incredible.
My ice cream is done with 20 minutes to go, which is pretty awesome. Got these meringues done as well. I'm yet to make a salted caramel sauce, so that's gonna take a little bit of time.
You haven't looked up the entire time I've been standing here. That such is the focus of you, and I really appreciate that. So,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hope you enjoy
all
it.
right.
It's not just that I don't want to go home yet. I want to go all the way. I'm here back to win. Just gotta stay focused, headstrong in the game. I want this dish to be plated in a way how they eat it. Getting that whipped ganache, getting the ice cream, which is cold, and the different textures of the crumble, meringue. This lemon jam, it's random. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. And when you do, it's a surprise of this intensity.
Oh my word.
Okay, firstly, the dish name.
It's chocolate with a coffee steeped ice cream, burnt vanilla meringue, and lemon jam.
What are the elements that we've got going on here?
On the bottom is a whipped chocolate ganache and a lemon jam, brown butter walnut crumble on top, with a coffee steeped ice cream and a burnt vanilla meringue.
Wowzers, eh? And yeah, what are the little sort of batten?
Oh yeah, that's
numbers?
right. Yeah, those are little whipped cream with creme fraiche folded through as well, and then just frozen little bits.
Right.
Oh, there's a whole other element I
Yeah.
forgot to tell. Wow.
Hey. Oh, thank you. Appreciate
Nice.
it. Awesome.
Don't understand how you can do it in the time. You know, not everything you do is perfect, but God, when it is, it's incredible. The coffee, ice cream, smooth as. The whipped chocolate is to die for. I got a hit of the jam. Wow. Just made me smile. It's just so good, and the balance is so good. The elements are so good. It is so good. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
That was about as close to transcendental dessert magic I've ever seen. It's not too sweet. The coffee balances with the lemon balances with everything else. The textures are distinct and cohesive. You have play of temperature and texture. It's just so highly conceived. It blows my little noggin. I feel privileged to eat it, so thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
When I knew that I was going to be one of the people to stand here, I was like, I was excited. It's probably right up there with the dish of the competition. It's technically sound, but overall, it tastes bloody fantastic, Reynold. I'm like, I'm so glad that I got to be here to eat it. Really, really well done, and congratulations, because I don't think you're going home, mate.
Thank you.
This is why we do what we do, because of dishes.
We'll clean more later on. Well done, mate. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That chocolate layer, it was like velvet. And then the lemon, oh my God. Well done. Freaking amazing.
Thanks, man.
That's a really nice feeling, you know, high fives all around. Maybe this can be a dish that I can take back to my restaurant. I'm super proud of it.
Get it, girl. Get it. Who's good with seafood?
It's not my strength. It's not my strength. You are? Yeah, you want it?
All right,
who are your champions? Step forward, please. Okay, for the grey team, Tessa, for the blue team, Harry, and for the pink team, Reynold. Win, and you save your whole team from tomorrow's pressure test. Lose, and your team goes into round 2. Ooh. You have 60 minutes to give us your best fish or seafood dish. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready? And are you ready?
Today's first round is all about seafood, and I put my hand up. This is my first team challenge that I'm actually doing savory. I'm not pigeonholed in the corner where I just go off and do desserts. Finally, outside of my comfort zone. This is really good soy.
Can I see the bottle, please?
Premium soy.
Oh, yeah, I have that one at home.
This is like a battle royale. Like, you know, Harry and Tessa are the two strongest seafood cooks in this competition. Reynolds, like, all-time amazing cook.
He's known for making desserts,
but he did a really good job with fish in Lewis's mystery box last week. So he's obviously going to be a great champion for our first round.
My cauliflower is cooking, and the next thing I do is start working on the taro gel.
I'm just trying to smoke this sauce here. I want to really get as much smoked flavor as possible. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then I pop it into a tray. I'm going to set it and blend it to a gel.
Watching Reynold is so intense. He's got a whole bunch of different elements going. I can't believe that our future in the competition relies on him.
I'm just trying to get this all done. I'm just pretty focused.
Yeah, tell us the elements again.
So I've got a smoked soy and mirin gel. I've got a nori cauliflower puree.
Yep.
And later I'm going to cook the scampi on the hibachi.
The only thing I worry about is there's such big, bold flavours. And is it going to be subtle enough so that that scampi can sing?
The dish today that I'm making is a barbecued scampi with textures of cauliflower, a taro gel, and a pickled apple. I want to get as much texture, technique, and flavor into this dish because I feel like it needs to be complex. But I really hope when the judges eat my dish that it's well balanced.
The only thing I'm nervous about is the fact that I have 6 other contestants on my shoulders. And honestly, like, I'm not the strongest seafood cook compared to like, Harry and Tess. So yeah, lots riding on this one.
1 minute to go! 1 minute! 1 minute! 1 minute!
There's a lot of elements on this plate. It looks beautiful, lots of big flavors, but I just really hope it's balanced and that it complements the scampi.
What's the dish?
It's barbecued scampi with textures of cauliflower, smoked taro gel, and pickled apple.
If looks are anything to go by, you're onto a winner. It looks absolutely fantastic.
Almost too beautiful to break down, hey? Wow. Time and time again, you manage to not only make things look gorgeous, the flavour needs to be there. That tare, you know, it's very salty and very big, but also very umami, and it seasons the rest of the dish, which is quite clever. I loved it. I thought it was a brilliant dish.
I thought technically it was near perfect. The cauliflower puree, massive tick. The smoked soy mirin, really well done. But I just think it overpowered the scampi a little too much.
I agree with the technicality. Technically, you are a brilliant cook and you have a brilliant mind, and you go through this process very, very quickly of what you're going to do, which is a joy to watch. For me, it's the cauliflower. It's what you taste the most of. It was delicious, but it was more about cauliflower than anything else. That's my only thing.
This elimination is all about crunch. In my head, I'm just thinking, should I do savory, fried vegetables, or maybe a dessert? Thinking about honeycomb, that's the sugar. That's the sugar's crunch. Okay, I'm thinking about freeze-dried mandarin. It's crunchy because it's hollow. It's because it's got the sugars. It's crispy. The components of this dish will be a soft roasted milk chocolate with brown butter ice cream, ice malt shards, freeze-dried mandarin that will be toasted, and almond sablé with citrus. And almond sablé is a French cookie. Oh. An ice malt shard is basically just ice malt sugar. Hot. It doesn't really give off much sweetness. And you can blow sugar balloons with it as well.
Exciting!
1 minute to go, everyone. Bring it home. That went quick, didn't it?
I'm plating up now, and I've already cut circles of the ganache and the almond sablé, and I start chopping up some tangerines, getting the segments out, and fine pieces of honeycomb. I'm super happy with the blown ice malt sugar. It's looking really fine, it's looking really clear as well, which is what I want, and almost glass-like.
Reynold, let's do it.
Hey!
It's caramelized milk chocolate ganache with charred mandarin, honeycomb, ice malt tuile, and a almond sablé with brown butter ice cream.
Look at that ice malt tuile. It's beautiful.
I love it. It's like a cellophane wrapping.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet like that dessert, mate. The ice cream is delicious. The honeycomb is perfectly crunchy and delicious. The dish is pretty as.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Like, it's crunchy as. Like, that's near on perfect.
All the elements were bang on. Tart, crunchy. I'll stop.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Go.
He's gone. He's on the gantry. See ya.
Oh, I am so happy I'm going to be safe. Hearing such positive feedback, you just feel amazed. It's like, you never get bored of it.
Let's go, Hayden, let's go!
Hi, Reynolds.
Hey, guys.
Hey, mate. Someone's going home today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, surely you'd be gutted if a dessert sent you home.
I won't be going home today.
From a 1 to 10, 10 being Darren, how confident are you?
Let's do a 10.
10 out of 10.
Not being arrogant, not being arrogant.
All right. Well, we love to see confidence, but with that, we expect to see perfection.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
good chat. Good chat,
Thanks,
Reynolds.
guys.
Doing well, Sarah. Keep moving.
Let's go, Jeff. Speed 10.
Are you trying to flex, Reynold?
Everyone stop what you're doing and please look at us.
Oh my God, no. What is happening?
There's an hour to go, and all of a sudden Melissa's out there, and she's like, "Listen up, everyone, stop cooking." And we're like, "Ugh."
It's twist time.
Oh, come on, no.
We are coming to your benches right now. And we are taking away your recipes.
I came in today feeling really excited for a dessert pressure test, but now I feel so stressed the fact that this recipe is not there.
It's hard, isn't it?
You can do it. Come on.
I've been relying on Darren's recipe because with any cake and any recipe is very different.
Come, Reynold.
My salted caramel is like in the blast freezer. And now I need to finish my coconut dakwa and all the other components and elements. Without the recipe, it's gonna be a difficult one now. But less than 30 minutes ago, this is not where I wanna be at. I wanna be ahead. I've still gotta glaze my cake. I've still gotta cut out the panna cotta that's in the freezer. I've gotta make sure my cake is assembled.
Don't forget, you got to put the insert in there, or have you already done it?
I haven't done it yet.
But you got to only half fill it, it said.
Oh, half fill it?
To fit it in.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ugh, helping him again, mate.
Come on, Reynold. You know what to do.
You know what to do, man.
My stress levels are insanely high right now. I feel so much pressure and I'm really annoyed at myself. I just wish I could work faster and cleaner. I just feel like an absolute amateur right now.
Dude, this is really hard, actually. Bloody hell.
Finish strong, brother. Finish strong. Get it on.
I feel so much pressure and I'm really annoyed at myself. This is a dish of just a cake. It shouldn't be that hard.
This is like ridiculous.
You're right.
You're right.
But bro, you know what you're doing, man. You know what you're doing, yeah?
With 25 minutes to go, I've still got to glaze my cake. Got to cut out the panna cotta. And then there's demolding the mousse. And one last crucial component, the white chocolate color. All blindly, with no recipe and with instinct.
20 minutes to go, guys. 20 minutes.
I'm so fancy.
Fire up, guys! You have just 5 minutes to go!
1 minute! Well done, Haydo. It's time to plate it.
Well done.
I don't know if I can get everything done, to be honest.
How does this work?
Darren Purchase has done it again. 1 minute to go.
Come on, guys.
Fits. Oh my God, you know what I'm gonna do?
Just get it in there, Mo. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back.
Well done, everyone.
It was a lot harder than I thought, especially when the recipe is taken away. I literally just had to make it on the fly, go by instinct and gut. I feel a bit embarrassed, to be honest. I don't know, it's just not my day today. It was a rough cook for me. I think I did okay, but okay is not good enough because I feel like it's still too early for me to go.
Hello, mate.
Hi.
Hey.
I think that's the first time that I've seen you physically shaking.
Yeah, that's not a recipe that you know, especially with pastry. You need to follow every gram, every temperature and measurements.
And do you feel you've accomplished that?
I hope so.
Get out of here and we'll test it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Reynold. Thanks, Reynolds. Oh, look at that. I mean, it looks pretty perfect. You ready?
Okay.
Let's do it. Yeah, wow.
That'll do it.
You can see all the layers in there.
It's definitely one of the best we've seen yet. Great rendition. Really loved the attention on the caramel. That salted caramel flavour was really good, just as I suspect you like it, a little bit over.
Yep.
Definitely not in the bottom handful.
No, I agree. You know, he was full of confidence at the start and he's backed it up. That was definitely one of the best dishes I've tasted today.
Hey, Benny, have you got any leaves that I could just use? Any leaves? Yeah.
It's really important for me to do well today because yesterday I came in headstrong, I felt really confident, and then mid-cook, it just went out the window. Today, I want to kind of be prepared for a twist, whatever it is.
And with every single kitchen, there's always going to be a twist. A customer will have a dietary requirement, or there'll be a table that with this and that. In the kitchen, it's always spontaneous, so you have to really think on your feet. I'm making a duck sauce, and I've got scampi that I want to barbecue. I've got the duck breast as a backup, actually. We have to kind of be prepared for the twist, so we can't really commit to the full dish.
I'm honestly just cooking with the flow. Whatever comes at me, I'm just gonna add it in.
Do you have your mystery boxes?
Yes.
But now that there is this little box in front of me, I'm nervous because I'm thinking this twist could be anything.
This is the twist, guys. Whatever is inside that little mystery box, you must include in your dish.
Please be women.
Have you got it?
Yes.
Worst case scenario would be if the judges wanted to add an ingredient like berries or gorgonzola.
Lift the lid now.
Oh, yes. Duck and figs, you beauty.
Do we lift the little one?
Don't lift the little one.
That's right, guys. You've got figs and you must use them in your final dish.
Look at that.
I can see you're also looking at that incy-wincy teeny tiny box.
Yeah.
That one's for later. It's another ingredient which you also have to use in your final dish. You won't find out what that is for another 15 minutes. Oh. Ahoy there!
Yo!
We've all been looking at that incy-wincy box. It is time to lift the lid.
What is that?
Noodle!
No!
No, Jess, that's good.
Anyone know what it is?
Lemon myrtle.
Lemon myrtle, across the board.
Yeah.
I love.
Do we have to use it?
Yes, you gotta use it.
You're joking.
You now have to use at least one ingredient in your box, plus the figs, plus the lemon myrtle. You got 30 minutes to go. Let's go.
Come on, plenty of time.
I had some time to process my ingredients. We're gonna do a barbecue scampi with a duck and lemon myrtle fig emulsion.
Strategy today, it was just cooking with the flow. So my dish ideas
Evolving.
That fig, as soon as I saw it, I just chucked it straight into the sauce. As soon as I saw the lemon myrtles, I just chucked into the sauce again. It will create a beautiful sauce with this dish, something floral and light. And it's getting really complex, it's beautiful.
I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. All I need to do right now is just make it tasty.
I've got my sauce working, and the next thing I need to do is start cooking that scampi to perfection. I want to sear the skin side of the scampi, which is just under the shell. Once that's seared, it will have a beautiful golden kind of red crust onto it.
I've already seared my scampi. I'm just going to smoke it later, not cook it over the charcoal. I've got some turnip scallops.
The last mystery box that I did, I punched out circles of an apple, and it helped shape so well that even others were looking at it and was like, where did you get scallops from? And I was like, oh, like maybe I could do the same thing with turnip. I'm pretty chuffed with the way it looks. It really does look like a scallop, and it's just the way I scored it, and I'm really happy with it.
Epic looking dishes, 5 minutes to bring it home.
The dish now is scampi turnip with fig sauce.
All right.
I've got my sauce working with the figs and lemon myrtle. The scampi, it's looking really good. I'm feeling pretty happy with this dish. I've had a little bit extra fig, and I want to grill them over hibachi. I have no idea what I want to do with this. But the beautiful fig, it starts to kind of puree and kind of gets really sticky and gels together beautifully. So I'm gonna add a barbecued fig as well. I feel like this whole cook, I've just gone like a massive journey and an adventure. And now I'm feeling pretty happy with this dish, and I would love to be in the top 5.
What have you cooked?
Seared scampi with turnip scallop, pickled turnip, and I've made a crisp out of the greens. A sauce which is a mixture of figs, Worcestershire sauce, lemon myrtle, and a barbecued fig.
There's a lot of stuff in there. Tell me again.
Turnips with scampi and figs.
Got it. And you've made one of the turnips look like a scallop.
Yeah.
What's the little quenelle number?
That's the barbecued fig.
I honestly didn't think that we were going to get that plate of food.
Same.
It's really well done. And I didn't expect it. When you had that sauce there and you threw all of those lemon myrtle leaves in, I came and tasted it straight after. I was like, oh my God, that just tastes like perfume. But it's cooked out, and that sauce is, like, look at the shine on it. It's just done so, so well. I didn't expect it, and I think that's some of the most pleasing food that, you know, you go in with subpar expectations and it blows you out of the water, and that's one of those dishes.
This dish it's clever, it's creative, it's really artfully conceived. I love the little turnips made to look like scallops. I thought it was just such a lovely trick of the eye. Such a richly flavoured sauce, absolutely delicious.
You went on a journey inside your own head and somehow managed to come out the other side with close to perfection. Yeah. Very hard to do, I can tell you.
Yeah, I know.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
75 minutes. Your hot dish also has to have a cold element.
I knew it. I knew it. Hot and cold.
Ay, ay, ay.
It's a theme song.
You got it?
Very Katy Perry.
This season, I have yet to win immunity. I missed out last time. I'm gonna give my absolute best today because I've got a really bad feeling that Elimination Day is gonna be a tough twist.
Reynold.
Yes.
What are you making?
Doing a matcha genoa, a warm cake.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing a yogurt sorbet to be my cold component.
Sorbet. Matcha.
Matcha is a green tea powder, which is very beautiful and aromatic, and have that really beautiful bitter note. The texture of a genoa sponge cake. It needs to be nice and fluffy and beautiful and moist.
Reynolds,
Yes, hello.
tell us quickly, what are you making?
I've got kind of a circle of matcha genoa, cut another circle in the inside and fill it with a apple and yuzu caramel, cover on top with an almond sablé disc, and have a yuzu curd and a yogurt sorbet.
So we're going OG Reynold here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of elements,
Yeah, I know.
75 minutes. Are you
I'm feeling
confident?
pretty stressed on that one. I might be down to the very, very last second. I might lose.
Oh, you're gonna poet.
Yeah, I think I might lose a component.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I know, I want some more dessert.
Reynold, can you believe Katy Perry's in the house?
That's
How do you do?
Actually nuts.
I'm so excited. What is that you're cooking?
So I'll be doing a dessert. It's a matcha sponge cake filling with...
Sponge cake?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
sort of like a sponge cake. It's got white chocolate in it. Filling with an apple caramel and yuzu, and topping it off with a yogurt sorbet.
And you didn't say matcha at the beginning, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did? I like
Yeah.
matcha.
Oh, great.
So is this a super intricate Reynold dessert, or is this a more relaxed one?
I'm trying to get it all
Sugar's
done.
pumping, honey.
Is it off-putting having us here?
Yes, it is a little bit.
I'm just hoping to get the food really, really good. You know?
Oh, this is the white chocolate.
Do you want to try it?
Oh, no, I'm not really a fan of white chocolate.
All right.
Oh, no.
We won't take up any more of your
Thank
time.
you.
I'm excited.
Katy Perry mentions she's not a fan of white chocolate. I've got it in the cake, and later I'm going to use it as a coating for the yuzu curd. Yeah, I hope it's not too much of this dish.
Brittle gushing. Look at his face going red.
He's got a little bit of color in his cheeks.
Trying to not focus on Katy Perry and trying to focus on the cook. It's really cool to have her here.
This is a crazy twist, but a really good twist.
It's not too bad, this twist week. It's not too bad.
I feel super relieved because I don't have to change anything with this dish and just keep going with plan A. I get my sablé out of the oven.
Looking good.
It's beautiful, it's golden, and it's crisp.
I just really hope that I've got enough.
I've got my matcha genoa cake in the oven, and I'm checking on my sorbet. Quite runny and very, very icy. Taking its sweet time to churn.
Look at this. I love this organization.
I'm trying to be... I was a huge mess before, Katie. Huge
Reynold
mess.
is an assassin in the kitchen, dessert specialist, one of the finest artistic chefs we have.
Oh, I love presentation.
Yes.
Even at home, I use like a little napkin to wipe around
That's
my...
what I was just about to do.
Yeah, just, you know,
Make sure
no little
everything's clean.
droplets. Unless we're splashing on purpose.
Katy Perry, she's definitely been all over the world having the best desserts, and I hope that I can impress her today.
Hurry up, Reynold. Your ice cream stopped, Reynold.
Just over 5 minutes to go. My yogurt sorbet needs to get out of the churner and into the freezer.
Oh my God.
My sorbet's not looking too great. It's really icy, but I don't really have any choice but to use it. Then I realized in my head, like, check your cake, check your cake. This matcha genoa cake is overcooked. But I'm just really hoping that the inside is moist and warm and not dry.
Oh, I've got more cake over here with Reynold.
I just left it in there a bit too long.
Anything for Katie to taste?
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, are you stressed?
A little bit, yeah.
I can tell. When you don't talk, you're stressed.
You've got less than 10 minutes to live on the show. The cooking is perfect. There's nothing I dislike more than a dried out cake.
I thought you said you dislike more than this one.
Oh.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, sorry.
10 minutes to go! Let's go!
This is not my usual cook. I would always leave myself plenty of time to plate up, but 2 minutes and I'm still working on a component.
These are chocolate yuzu pebbles.
So is that a curd?
Yeah.
Cool. I like your glazed balls.
I don't want this dish to be too sweet, and the apple and yuzu is going to be that acidity into this whole dish.
Katy Perry said she's excited that I said matcha, but she also wasn't a big fan of white chocolate. It's all about balance.
Walking my dish up to Katie and the judges, it looks beautiful. I'm just hoping it eats just as well.
Whew. I've only ever had to judge singing and never food.
No food, always a first.
So, wow. Beautiful. Okay, Reynold, tell me about your dish. What did you make for us, and what are the hot and cold elements?
So it's a matcha genoa with a apple caramel center, which is the hot component. And on top is a almond sablé, yuzu curd pebbles, and a yogurt sorbet, which will be the cold component.
An almond.
Sablé. It's like a biscuit.
Aha. I love anything almond in desserts. Oh. I gotta say, this is so far the most beautifully plated dish I've seen. The architecture and the storytelling of your dish. I mean, I'm a storyteller, and I love to fantasize about what this is telling me, and I'm just like, I'm lost in a world here.
Yeah, nice.
I'm excited. I hope that it tastes as good as it looks. Oh, look at that.
That's everything.
That is.
That's quite the love bite, Katie.
Thank you so much.
The question is, will she dance?
I know the flavors in my dish are there. All the flavor combination works well. Looking at my yogurt sorbet, I do feel like I should have done a gelato instead. Better texture. It just looks a little bit icy.
It's like, there's so many different tastes. I have to do like an itemized list in my head. What are the small little balls?
Those are yuzu curd.
I mean, I have to tell you, I'm not that exotic with my food choices. Only up until a few years ago, I was strictly that girl that went to get sushi and ordered a California roll with no roe.
Really?
I know. How disappointing, right?
Yeah.
I was raised on meatloaf and milk.
Ah.
Probably why I like meat pies a lot.
You're in the right country for a meat pie.
I love a sausage roll bites.
So I have a question for you. You know, you were saying this was, you were lost in a world when you looked at it. Is this a world you want to stay in?
I liked it.
One mouthful was, I was like interested and intrigued. The second mouthful, I got it even more. So I can only imagine if you got to eat the whole dessert, because there was so much going on. I just don't think 2 mouthfuls gives it justice.
That yogurt sorbet didn't quite work with such a light, beautiful sponge.
Just on that yogurt bit, that was the thing that actually threw me off the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of that watery sorbet.
That's
yogurt.
right. And if the texture of that had been different, I think the
more
experience,
dense.
the experience would have been different for sure.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Guys, I hope they don't go home and like burn my records.
I should do yogurt ice cream next time.
Reynold.
Yes.
How did you feel when the cloth was lifted and there was American there?
Oh, man, I don't even know what American cuisine is.
So what are you going to cook?
All I know is spiced apple pie and pumpkin pie.
Okay.
That's all I
So
know.
is that what we're doing?
I'll do my own take on an apple pie. So
Okay.
it's not a traditional one because I have no idea what American
Mate,
cuisine
I
is.
would never think for you to put up a traditional apple pie.
I will one day do a traditional dish.
I'll happily eat it too. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Today I'll be making my take on an American apple pie. I don't feel super confident next to Sarah's because her dish is 100% American and I'm not sure if mine is. So I am pretty worried now. This dish needs to impress the judges. It needs to be presented nicely because, of course, you eat with your eyes. I just want something that's extravagant and I want to blow the judges away. I've got 60 minutes, it's a bit of a gamble, but I want to blow sugar today.
Doing American and I'm up against Sarah Claire today. So I'll be doing my take on a apple pie.
I really don't know much about American cuisine, so I've chosen apple pie because it's something that I'm most familiar with in terms of flavor. The apple pie filling is gonna have spices, it's caramelized, it's kind of like a stewed apple and a cinnamon parfait. I want texture through this dessert, like a crunch. I want something where you can chew on as well, which is gonna be the ginger snap. I also wanted to do something that's very theatrical to finish off my apple pie. I'm just working so hard. I'm running, I'm sprinting actually, and I've got everything everywhere. Sarah Claire, she's calm, she's cool and collected, and my brain is in 50 different places. Apple pie, flavor-wise, is very simple. So I'm thinking about 3-4 components, but since it's a very simple dish on its own, how can I elevate it? I really want to do something that's very theatrical, something more unique, and that's blowing sugar.
Reynold's blowing bubbles.
What's he doing?
Blowing bubbles. What's happening? Yeah, right now. I'm going down too. I've never seen a sugar ball blown live.
No pressure. Why are you all here?
No pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
No pressure.
You guys are killing me.
This is my first live sugar ball experience.
It's just too... This is a lot of pressure.
Come on, mate.
I'm feeling really stressed.
Wow.
They're watching me. I'm still just pumping away. I'm trying to ignore them. I'm just trying to stay calm. I'm feeling a lot of pressure. This dome has to be perfectly done. There's no room for error.
Don't feel any pressure at all.
I gotta get the size right so I can fit over the cinnamon parfait. It has to be beautifully shiny. It's gonna be see-through, and it can't be too thick.
That's it. I'm gonna cut it and then cut a hole, and it's gonna sit above the parfait. Yep.
He made that look very easy, didn't he?
Didn't he?
Amazing.
Oh, it works. It finally freaking works. I've got one beautiful sugar dome, and now I set that aside, and I'm gonna be really, really gentle with it.
You're away.
Holy moly. Reynold, I cannot believe what you've got done in an hour. What have you made?
It's my take on a American apple pie. Spiced apples with cinnamon parfait and brown sugar snap.
That looks absolutely incredible. I mean, guys.
I can't do that kind of sugar work. It's just, I don't have it in me. I don't have the patience, Reynold, and I admire you not only for doing it, but for doing it here in the MasterChef kitchen. It's a credit to you. Well done, mate.
It's almost a shame to demolish this.
Oh, don't act like you don't want to do it. When you put that down, you can't help but just be amazed. Like, what you did then was amazing. You've done a Reynold to the apple pie. It tastes like an apple pie. The flavours are there. It's a wow of a dessert, that's for sure.
Yeah. You've managed to distill the soul of an apple pie into something that is just ephemeral art. It was absolutely gorgeous to behold, to dig into the flavours, apple, cinnamon, ginger. You've kept a lot of fun in it as well, which I think is a wonderful thing. Well done.
Great texture on that parfait. Apples cooked beautifully, great level of flavour. I'm not a cinnamon lover by any means, but I actually really enjoyed that. And the sugar work, it's just visually unbelievable.
Well done.
Thank you.
The colours are incredible. That's heaps, I reckon. Yeah.
It's time to serve the third course. I'm feeling good. Everything is beautifully prepped. We've made a chocolate sponge with an Earl Grey gelato, citrus marmalade, and a chocolate twirl.
Twirl, please.
I love it.
Yeah.
The colours are so restrained.
So we quickly do a mock-up plate, and everyone seems happy with the presentation. The dish looks beautiful. It's got a lot of colors to it, different textures as well.
I think the plating is beautiful, but this part of your sponge is dry.
My heart just sank. The sponge, that's too dry. And then I realized that this is a white chocolate recipe. If I'm gonna switch over to a dark chocolate recipe, I should have added more fat like butter or oil into this recipe. If the sponge puts us to the pressure test, that is really all on me.
See, these are the details, hey? It's so important to taste things before you present them to people.
I was in charge of making the sponge recipe today. I have to try to fix the issue.
I actually think it needs a chocolate ganache.
Can you do a really quick whipped chocolate ganache?
Yeah, I can actually.
Yeah.
Jess's idea is to add chocolate ganache into this dish.
What else can I grab for you, man?
Sugar. Sugar's at the front. All right.
So I've made a citrus milk chocolate creme fraiche ganache. I'm hoping that this ganache will moisten up this cake, add a little bit more texture into it as well.
When I have a cake that's a little bit dry, I add like a syrup or some milk onto the cooked cake.
Cool, happy days.
I recommend to Cal and to Reynold just to brush a little bit of milk or syrup on the top just to try and moisten up that cake.
Yeah, not too much. So maybe like one brush can do two. Yeah.
It has got more complicated than what we originally wanted, but hopefully the flavors are still beautiful.
Pipe the ganache on?
Ganache will be on the bottom. And it's going to give like a bit of moisture in the bottom.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
I think you can go quite psycho with that.
I'm just nervous it'll fall apart if you go too hard. So.
Oh, true. Reese, let's go.
Yeah, we
let's
are.
go. There's no finger lime on them. Let's go. Course 3, finger lime.
Finger lime.
Sorbet.
You're on finger lime, remember?
Yeah, no.
Come on, come on, come on.
Can you finish 2 so we can send 2, please?
This dessert was originally just 3 components.
Careful, careful, careful.
A citrus marmalade, a gelato, and a sponge. But now it's doubled up.
Good one, Coke, good one.
The sponge was a little bit dry. We have to work around that by adding a citrus milk chocolate creme fraiche ganache. To plate up the third dessert, we put chocolate ganache in the middle of the plate, and on top of that, the sponge, and then we put the citrus marmalade, and then the rocher of Earl Grey gelato, and to finish off, the twirl.
Good working together. Keep going on the ice cream.
I'm just hoping that fix the issue. The flavors are delicious, and that it won't put us into the pressure test.
Service.
Gorgeous.
Go, Ray.
In the wise words of Willow Smith, now watch me whip and watch me Ray.
Watch me, Ray.
Okay, service, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, course 3 for the sweet team. The pink team are chocolate sponge cake with Earl Grey ice cream and native marmalade.
Another beautiful looking course.
I like where this dish was going, but the cake is undeniably on the dry side. Even with the ganache, I still didn't really enjoy that texture at all. In theory, the Earl Grey ice cream and the native marmalade should work, but there's something that just doesn't quite mesh.
The chocolate cake does not taste like a Reynold sponge cake to me. Overall, that's not my cup of tea.
I think those guys know that the sponge wasn't great because they did put that ganache, which saved it a touch. But you can't hide anywhere with that.
Yeah, definitely.
The only thing that I'm really worried about is how hard our decision is dinner. Oh, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any coloured apron. Ooh, Reynold goes red. Not bad.
I feel pretty pumped. Team challenges, I quite enjoy them.
She goes navy.
When communication goes well, but at the same time, it's difficult following someone else's recipe.
You got the green dogs.
It just depends on who you've got and how well you communicate.
You've got 20 minutes to get your team off to the best possible start. And one last thing. Under each of your benches is an electrical appliance. You have to use that appliance in the preparation of one of your dishes, no matter what it is. Remember what's at stake here, guys. A shot at immunity for everyone in your team. And your 20 minutes starts now.
Go, 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 go.
Well, that works for me.
Vitamix blender. Oh, yes!
I got a Kenwood mixer. It's really good for desserts.
All right. Told you about it.
Oh my God.
My strategy to win this relay is all about simplicity and communication, being able to pass on that dish ideas to the next person.
I'm going to be making a trout pan-seared with potato puree and just the butter emulsion. I've only got a 2-component dessert in mind. Actually, now it's going to be 3 with this. It's going to be a panna cotta, granita, and just a little bit of crumble.
In a stand mixer, I put in some almond meal, some sugar, flour, and some butter, and paddle that away.
Perfect.
For a team relay, the first person needs to have a clear idea of what they're going to do. But as it travels down to each person, things get confused. I've got to do my absolute best to set up whoever's going to be next cooking.
All I need to get done is the panna cotta so it can set and break down the fish if I can, and then explain everything else.
This is really crazy because you're trying to communicate 2 dishes, where you're at, what you're doing. It's not going to be easy.
Perfect.
So I've got my strawberry granita mix working away. I've got my almond crumble in the stand mixer, that panna cotta mixture. It's come up to a simmer. It's a bit risky to do a panna cotta. It's really important to get that panna cotta set perfectly. It needs to have that wobble. I feel like 80 minutes will be long enough. The next thing I start working on is the filleting of the coral trout.
At the moment, feeling pretty all right, feeling pretty good. I filleted this.
Yeah.
I'm going to take out the bones, just V-cut. I'm doing a pan-seared trout with a butter emulsion.
Yeah.
Panna cotta's in the fridge.
Yeah.
We had to use that. That was the key component.
Oh, just using this equipment.
Yeah, I've already done it.
Righto, you guys. 45 seconds handover is done. Reynold, Simon, Sarah Tiong, out to the garden.
Yeah, octopus.
Come on.
Bulgur.
Simon!
Cucumber, ice cream gullet.
Yep.
Oh, that went way too quickly.
Yeah, that's actually insane.
I think Simon has done quite a lot. I'm quite happy that he's conceptualised both the dishes.
Reynold's given me the lowdown on each item. He's been pretty kind. I'm just going to keep going with everything.
Walking the plate up to the judges, and I do feel really concerned about that fish and the way it's cooked. But then I'm looking at the panna cotta. It just doesn't look right. Now, I'm really worried that it may be not set.
Okay, Reynold, you kicked off the cook. Run us through those elements that you want to start with.
So I kept it very simple. It was just cold trout, a sauce, and a potato puree. And for the dessert, just a panna cotta, strawberry granita, and a almond crumble.
Jock, you want to plate up?
Sure. Oof.
It didn't set.
This panna cotta is literally looking like a soup. It pretty much hasn't set on the inside. It doesn't matter how good our main is now, our dessert isn't even set.
Thank you, sir.
We'll start with that contentious main dish, the fish. My piece was actually cooked quite nicely. However, it lacked finesse. There was like oil burn all over the side of it. When you put it on the hibachi to start, it just caught up flame. That was all the oil just burning. And you can taste it, it's quite metallic. Then we've got the panna cotta. It's not set. It's literally milk and cream on a plate. It just didn't deliver. Sorry.
My fish was also really nicely cooked, but same problems, skin not crispy, and the taste of burnt oil. But I really liked the flavors of the dish overall. I really enjoyed it. Your dessert, a bit of a snooze fest for me. So kind of disjointed from you four, because you had very good cooks individually, but then there was just inconsistencies by the time it got to the end. Thank you.
I'm really upset with the panna cotta not setting. I really hope that my component hasn't let us down.
All the way down the back there, Reynold. Can you tell us about your photo?
Me with a little bowl cut. A long time ago, my parents had a restaurant together, and I remember going after school. People think that I'd be learning a lot of stuff from my mum or my dad, but actually they'd be working so hard in the restaurant, and during those times were quite tough. I remember immigration, getting my parents taken away for a little bit. The restaurant closed down, of course. My brother was getting food for me when I was hungry. Yeah. So I pretty much like, every time I go from school, it's the only time I had time with my parents, watching them work.
There's no question where you get your work ethic and your commitment and your drive from. And you're gonna make me emotional too. I'm sure your parents are very proud of you. Damn you, Reynolds.
Oh, Reynold.
Ronaldo.
Mess. I feel really emotional seeing the photo because not only were they not happy memories, with the pandemic happening right now with COVID-19, we have to close all of our venues. It won't be forever, but we're a family business and I'm not sure when we're gonna open again. In a way, my family's a little bit jobless at the moment. It was struggling through this again, and that picture just really hit it home. Like, hit it right there. It's crazy out there at the moment. It's more the reason now that I need to make my time here in MasterChef Kitchen worth it. Mystery Box is the place to go all out. 60 minutes is not a lot of time, but I'm gonna be giving it my absolute all and turn this memory into a beautiful and happy dish.
Right, Reynolds.
Hey, Jock.
Whisk, whisk, whisk. You've got everything on the go. What is going on here?
So the restaurant that my parents had was called Bali Sunrise, and one of my favorite dessert drinks in there was called chendol, which is pandan, coconut, and palm sugar. I'm making something look like a coconut.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a coconut mousse in the very center. Pandan gel.
Holy mackerel. Yeah. And the chocolate?
Chocolate's there for the dippings. It is quite a sweet drink, so what I'm gonna add into it is a bit of acidity, some yogurt foam and jackfruit. With coconut, palm sugar, sablé. I want it to be like a bed of sand.
I mean, look, it's a snapshot of a memory that's deep in your head by the sound of it, and it's very humbling to be able to reach in and get a moment of that through food. I love that. Just you constantly trot out these amazing looking dishes, tasting dishes. I always worry that one of these times you're going to fall short on time.
Yeah.
Is this going to be that time?
Yeah, I've got a lot to do. It's got to be all in. Everything. Everything that I've got. It's definitely a very, very emotional cook today. It's just memories. The funny thing is with that photo, as cute as it is, they're just, for me, it's like not really happy memories. This dish is so important for me.
taking inspiration from that restaurant's name, Bali Sunrise, but the flavors of cendol. Pandan, coconut, and palm sugar drink. One of my favorite childhood dessert drinks that I drink so much of, and that I miss Indonesia for.
I've got my coconut mousse done in the blast freezer. All I have to do is set the gel.
The next thing I start working on is blending up that pandan gel, making it as smooth as possible, and then piping it into the frozen coconut mousse. In my head, what I have is a vision of a coconut-looking dessert, and in the very center, pandan gel oozing out.
Oh, green, Reynold.
My filled coconut mousse is freezing in the blast freezer, and the next thing I start working on is the frozen yogurt foam. And this will add a little bit of acidity to the dish. Normally when I cook, I'm very focused. Today is different. I mean, it's not just a drive of trying to just get the food done, but it's a drive of emotions.
10 minutes to go, I've got this crumble done. If I've got time, I'm gonna add some pineapples into it. The next thing I have to do, I need to dip and shape my coconut. I'm giving this cook everything I can.
I've dipped my coconut mousse in the chocolate, and as the chocolate on the outside is about to set, I brush it to make sure it looks like a coconut husk. I guess what I want to show is not just the flavors of what I love as a child, and kind of taking inspiration from that restaurant's name, Bali Sunrise. I definitely want to show how much I've grown, all the skill set that I've gained and learned from all these years into this one cook.
Oh my God.
To make this look more of a coconut, I heat up my melon baller and do a little few dimples on the top. I'm giving it my absolute all to get to the top 4. And not only just that, I want to turn this sad memory into a happy dish.
Oh, this is going to be such a good tasting.
Oh, 60 minutes. Didn't think I'd get this done.
Good stuff.
Woo! It's done, it's done, it's done.
Go and have a look at Reynold's coconut.
Oh, yeah?
Is it good? It's even got like the dimple, you know, the 2 little dimple marks on it.
I'm really happy bringing this dish up to the judges. It looks like a coconut. I put my heart into that plate, really channeling those memories. And I pushed myself so much today. I'm just hoping that they enjoy it just as much.
Okay, Reynold, explain this.
Basically, that's inspired by a dessert drink called cendol, something I loved growing up. And the name of my parents' restaurant from that photo, which is Bali Sunrise. Since it's such a sweet dessert drink, I wanted to lift it up with more some fruit. So there's the tropical fruits in there. Frozen yogurt foam, coconut mousse, coconut with a pandan gel, sitting on a bed of sand, like you're in Bali.
I think we could all do with the coconut and sitting on the sand right now. This looks like it'll do just the ticket. You know, you were quite emotional when you saw that photo.
The photo there, it's me sitting on a massive container of detergent with a chocolate milkshake. I'd go to school myself, I'd come home by myself, I'd go to the restaurant just to see my parents work late night. There's like a little kind of bed thingy there, and I'd just sit there and kind of sleep till they finish service, which was really late night.
And now that you have your own venues, another generation of hardworking hospitality, what do you take in terms of their ethic and what you learned from them?
Just, you can never really predict what happens in business and in life in general. We're going through struggles now. We went through struggles then, and the only thing is to come out stronger and just bounce back even better than before.
What doesn't bounce is a coconut, and I think we should crack into this one.
It really has got the texture of a coconut.
That's the little dimples.
Can you just run through all these elements for me, Reynold?
The bed is a caramelized white chocolate with palm sugar and coconut crumble.
Yep.
Coconut mousse, pandan gel, and a frozen yogurt foam. Jackfruit, pineapple, and passion fruit.
Mate, that in 60 minutes is just, again, a bit like Jess's. Can't get my head around it. Let's start on the outside. That thing looked like a coconut. 3 dimples, the texture on the chocolate, but it wasn't just for comedy or effect. That shell was super, super thin. Like, even in your world, you have to commend yourself and go, I nailed that. Yeah?
Thank you. Yeah, I knew.
You nailed it. Okay. When you open it, it looks like the very, very thin, dark, hard shell of a coconut, then the white. Coconut mousse, delicate, delicious, albeit you don't get pandan inside a coconut. I wish you did after tasting that. That sort of crumble that you've got on there with the white chocolate coming through it is just really, really luxe. Right, that's luxe. Delicious. And then to finish it off with the acidity, the frozen yogurt foam, mate, just like great thought process and flavors and putting everything together, but actually to get that many components done in 60 minutes and for it to eat as well as it did, amazing.
Thank you.
Anyone that has a frame of reference for Southeast Asian desserts knows chendol. I've never, ever experienced anything quite like that, that it can maintain the soul of something so humble and yet elevate it to just inconceivable heights. The textures and the flavors going on there are so harmonious and refreshing and cooling. The pandan and the coconut, such a nostalgic thing. You know, I can be sitting on a beach somewhere drinking a coconut. That was incredible.
It's bloody amazing that you did it in 60 minutes. The white chocolate's got lovely texture. Makes the dish so well balanced. This dish is technically perfect. I just want you to know, like, I'll go back on the nostalgia side of things. Your mum, who I know is a massive inspiration for you, mate, she'd be so bloody proud of that. Like, she would be just beside herself if you made that for her. And please do, because she's obviously played such a big part in those early days of the restaurants, not just with the food side of things, but your tenacity and like your will to want to be the best that you can. That's come from your family, and that is evident right on that plate, mate, because it's one of your best traits. Thanks, Reynold.
Thanks, Andy. Thank you, guys.
I'm really grateful for my family, and no matter the background and the history that we have, that I've turned out to be someone that can work hard just as hard as they can.
Well done, Reynold.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.